moment matters. Every moment we share together tonight will shatter your expectations. It is about what one sentence can mean to a girl, about the impact that one conversation makes, and what your involvement tonight means to thousands of girls and women. Welcome to our first ever virtual Tribute to Achievement. My name is Sharina Mae Edwards. I am CEO of Intren and second vice president of the Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana Board of Directors. Joining me is my co-host for the evening, Therese Malinowski. Therese, there is no doubt that you'll remember 2020 very differently from many of your now graduated peers.
That's so true, Sharina. When I joined Girl Scouts in kindergarten, I joined to make friends, learn new skills, and help people in my community. Earning my Gold Award and then being recognized nationally for the impact of my leadership project was a very memorable moment for me this year. Now, here I am as a college freshman at Purdue University, serving as your co-host for this evening. It has been an amazing journey.
Amazing indeed. Your story about being chosen as one of 10 exceptional National Gold Award Girl Scouts in 2020 is one of our stories tonight. We have a powerful program packed in less than 1 hour. Our heartfelt thanks go to every one of you who has joined us for the celebration of accomplishment, this illumination of the profound impact that ripples from that one moment. Every moment is an experience that has the potential to inspire us, to change us, to ignite us.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's that moment when a conversation with a mentor opens your eyes to a new opportunity. You make a last-minute decision to run for student council. You stand up to a bully. You sit next to a stranger in your first college class, and you become friends for life.
Absolutely. You are so exactly right. It's the moment you accept a job offer in another state, or as the manager for a new department, or the lead researcher for an emerging technology. It's that moment that you shatter expectations, or better yet, the glass ceiling, forever changing how girls realize their ambitions. That is the moment that matters. The moment that you are brave, confident, a leader, a risk taker, caring, open-minded, and empathetic. It's the moment you realize who you are, what you want to do in life, and how you are changing the world for the better. I invite everyone joining us tonight to reflect on that one moment that set you in motion, that gave you clarity, or that gripped your heart. Who were you with? What were you doing? What did someone say?
Tonight, we are gathering virtually to support girls and what is most important to them, right now, in this moment. Many girls, including myself, have lost their social connections in this past year. Plans were canceled and losses cast a long shadow. Tonight's event is our chance to support the organization that never left girls' sides in this past year. The evening is not just about spotlighting moments that have mattered. It's about setting the stage for future moments that will be transformational, aspirational, and irreplaceable in the journey that inspires our next generation of leaders and changemakers.
Let's start with your journey, Therese. You have quite a story to tell, and I am so excited for everyone to hear it. Over the past few years, you found your voice on a subject that needed a champion, a leader who envisioned a better future for girls and women. Your work has deeply moved me, it's inspired me, and I'm anxious for you to share the story of your Gold Award project and your thoughts on leadership with our audience.
Something that's definitely bothered me really since I was a child to now is how adults love to compare you to men and boys. It doesn't matter like what you're doing, like what field you're working in, like what your excitements are. We always seem to keep like male ability as like a benchmark. And having that mentality just makes it seem like girls are set up to be initially lower than men, and like to be at the same level as a man is the ideal. That's definitely not right. It's really dismissive of the unique like talents and abilities of young women. And that's something I wish would change. most defining moment of my life so far has definitely actually been my Girl Scout Gold Award project, which was the creation of Project Dandelion, the world's first campus sexual assault database. And that was a really meaningful project to me just because it was an issue that resonated with me really deeply for a very long time. And it was exciting to think that my own voice and my own talents could really have an impact in a field that I really care about. The project really proved to me that I had the ability to make a difference in the world. I am just one person, and the impact I make, I'm doing my best. But the idea that my change could help make other people make change and have global impact one day and really, really change the world just really keeps me going.
Wow, Therese, you are amazing. Your leadership on a difficult subject absolutely matters to the thousands of young women each year who are making decisions about where they will live and what they will study. We are so proud of you and what you did to showcase your leadership. Now, I would like to introduce a very longtime Girl Scout champion and a very dear friend to Girl Scouts, Connie Lindsay. Connie is the head of corporate social responsibility and global diversity and inclusion at Northern Trust and is the past president of the Girl Scouts of the USA National Board of Directors. Join me as we listen to Connie share the story of the one defining moment that shaped the trajectory of her life.
The moment it matters. The moment that mattered for me was growing up as a little girl in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, when my troop leader said to me, "Connie, you matter. You are not what is the matter." In that moment, I knew that I was seen, I was heard, that I was important. And so that informed my leadership, my commitment to service for the rest of my life. And so when I say to our girls, "You matter, you are important, we see you," and I, along with so many others, are deeply committed to living out the Girl Scout promise and law. That was written on the tablet of my heart many decades ago. And so I say again, the moment it matters is when we realize that we are seen, that when we can be present with others, and we understand how important it is to pour into the lives of others through service. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie. In a year unlike any other, the power of Girl Scouts keeps our heartbeat as a community strong. It keeps girls and families feeling uplifted and connected, even in a world that has embraced technology and social distancing to keep people physically safe. As Connie so eloquently shared, we cannot lose sight of how the words we choose to share with girls matters, whether that is in person or virtually. Girls need to be seen, to be heard, and to be encouraged. Girls need moments of connection and support. That is exactly what Girl Scouts offers. All funds raised tonight will help ensure that any girl, all girls, can participate in Girl Scouts right now when they need it the most. Donating is easy. Text the phrase TTA21 to 76278. Again, that's TTA21 to 76278. For those of you who would normally attend our event in person, you likely remember our long-standing partnership with American Girl Doll. Even in a virtual space, you will be able to secure your American Girl Doll with your investment in our program tonight. All donations of $500 or more will have the opportunity to receive a doll in the mail.
I am so excited to share an announcement. All gifts made tonight will be tripled, dollar for dollar, thanks to a $75,000 match generously offered by our board of directors. I would also like to take a moment to recognize our sponsors of tonight's event. Paving the way to make more opportunities possible for our girls, please join me in thanking our gold and silver sponsors for their vision, generosity, and their support. BMO Harris Bank, Deloitte, Next Era Energy Resources, NiSource, the Siegel Family Foundation, Sidley Austin, Aon, CIBC, ComEd, the Crown Family, Ernst and Young, Jim and Karen Frank, ITW, Karen Gray Crable and John H. Crable Jr., Andrew J. McKenna, Jennifer Michelina and McDermott Will and Emery, PWC, Patrick G. and Shirley W. Ryan, U.S. Bank. Now we have 3 very special honorees who we will hear from this evening. But first, let's take a moment to recognize our 2020 Tribute to Achievement honorees who we were not able to recognize in person last year due to the cancellation of this event in the wake of the pandemic. Our Community Partner Award recipient, WTTW. Our Corporate Award recipient, VJS Construction Services. Our Luminary Award recipient, Lei Zhang Schiltz, Executive Vice President of the ITW Automotive Group. And of course, our Girl Scouts Own Award, which honored our very own Kathy Scherer, Board President of our Council and Vice Chair, Central Region Market Leader and Chicago Managing Partner at Deloitte. It is now my grand honor to introduce our first honoree of 2021, the recipient of this year's Luminary Award, Carrie Heitman. As the recently retired Executive Vice President and Chief Legal Officer of NiSource, Carrie has been a longtime champion of Girl Scouting in Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana. Her passion and commitment to girl leaders continues to shape our ongoing STEM programs with NiSource, inspiring the next generation of female engineers.
Good evening. I'm Carrie Heitman. A little over a month ago, I retired from my job as Chief Legal Officer at NiSource and more recently, CEO and President of Columbia Gas of Massachusetts, the largest gas utility in Massachusetts and a former subsidiary of NiSource. But perhaps my most gratifying role at NiSource has been as an executive champion of inclusion, diversity, and equity, a real passion of mine. Throughout our long-term partnership with the Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana, NiSource and our Indiana-based utility NIPSCO have supported the organization's core mission. We've had board representation for many years, and importantly, we've sponsored Introduce a Girl to Engineering Day. And this year will be our 10th year of doing this program. We are so proud to have created and nurtured a program like that one. The theme for tonight's event is The Moment It Matters. For me, the moments that have mattered have been the ones where I realized the power I possessed. In order to harness our power as women, we need to teach our girls to define their own success. We need to teach girls to experience as many developmental opportunities as possible, even if it seems it's out of their skill set. We need to teach girls to take risks because the greater rewards come when we dare to reach for something that really seems out of reach. Girls need to learn the value of relationship building because relationships are the language of business and they open the doors of opportunity. Finally, we need to teach girls to assert themselves by speaking up and asking for what they want. I call that interrupting. If we do so, our girls will then experience many more moments that matter. This will have a direct impact, a really positive impact on equity and equality for women, which is more important today than ever. Our collective future is in the hands of the next generation, and it's critical that we continue finding ways to support them. Thank you to the Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana for the leadership you've shown in championing girls across our region. And also, thank you for recognizing me and NiSource with the Luminary Award. And thank you to all who have joined tonight to attend this event and for supporting the activities and the mission of the Girl Scouts. Good night.
On behalf of our entire Girl Scout organization, I salute Carrie and NiSource for partnering with us to invest in girls and the experiences that open their eyes to new ideas. it is an honor to extend our prestigious Luminary Award to none other than Carrie. Now to introduce our next award and join us for the second half of our program is last year's Girl Scouts own awardee and our very own board president and a good friend, Kathy Scherer.
Good evening, everyone. We are so grateful to all of you for tuning in from home this year, especially as this very important event was canceled last year due to the pandemic. I am very excited to introduce this year's Girl Scouts own awardee, Polk Brothers Foundation. The Council's partnership with Polk Brothers Foundation is our longest Illinois-based relationship. The foundation has supported the community outreach efforts of the Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana for well over a decade. For thousands of girls, served as a direct result of that partnership, support from Polk Brothers Foundation truly matters. We are honored to celebrate this long-standing partnership by inviting Gillian Darlow, CEO of Polk Brothers Foundation, to share her story with us and accept this award.
Hello, and thanks so much for having me tonight. I'm Gillian Darlow, CEO of Polk Brothers Foundation. The foundation has proudly supported Girl Scouts for 30 years. Girl Scouts helps girls develop healthy, supportive relationships with friends and adults. And Girl Space, the program we support, ensures that these opportunities are available equitably to girls throughout the region, free, through programs offered directly in school settings to make sure that girls can access them easily. One of my colleagues tells a story of a girl who told her troop leader, "I was going to see if you came back this week like you said you would, because no grown-up has ever kept a promise to me." But Girl Scouts keeps its promises. As girls navigate key transitions from adolescence to adulthood, the relationships they've formed through Girl Scouts and Girl Space are a support network that builds self-confidence and resilience, human connection that makes it possible for girls to thrive, even in the face of difficult times. Like so many of my friends today, I was a Brownie and a Girl Scout. It was my mother who encouraged me to join my local troop. She knew how important resilience would be to me because she had had to draw upon it herself too. A single mother for part of my younger life, she was charting a path of firsts, one of the first women to be hired by her law firm, one of the very first women to be made partner there, and the first woman to lead the State Bar of Michigan. And through all of this, I was watching. I was the little girl that so many of her colleagues remember at their meetings in the corner with my coloring books, or my Nancy Drew novels, or my Girl Scout cookie order forms, and later the women's rights marches that we did together. My mother is the person I most admire in the world for her tremendous strength, but also the boundless compassion and dedication to service that she brought and brings to everything she does. She was the first in a long line of women that have helped me. Teachers who helped me discover my passions, women that introduced me to other women who told me about internships and jobs, women who showed me how to lead and how to treat people. Many, many women have been my role models, and many have never even known the extent of their impact on my life. So this is what I'd like to share with the girls listening today. You too are a role model for other people in your life. You probably don't even know it. It may be the little girl in the corner with the coloring book watching you at a community event. Or maybe one of your friends who sees the kindness you bring to every conversation. Or it may be the adults around you who are inspired by your passion and your commitment to changing the world. Probably, it's all of them. While Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana honors the foundation tonight, it is our honor to support the vital work Girl Scouts is doing to build girls of courage, confidence, and character. Girls who make the world a better place. Thank you for this recognition and for everything you do.
Polk Brothers Foundation is a tremendous partner, and we are so grateful to Gillian for sharing her powerful moments of resiliency. Next, it is my honor to introduce the story of another powerful moment that matters. As you will hear, Grown Girl Scout Anusha Ibrahim recently reached out to share the highlights of a conversation that really showcases how one moment in time can completely change the trajectory of a girl's life.
Hi, Monica. Hi, Anusha. It's so good to see your face.
It's so good to see you again, too, after all these years, even if it's virtually.
Right. How are things at school?
Things at school have been good, just dealing with classes virtually, but I'll be graduating this June, so that's where I'm at.
That is amazing. How old were you when we met?
We met at Camp CEO in the summer after my sophomore year of high school.
And now you are in your senior year at Northwestern.
Yes, now I'm a senior at Northwestern.
So do you want to talk about the moment when it happened? The moment when it mattered?
Yes, the moment it mattered. Actually, it was funny because a few months ago, somebody had reached out to me asking for help editing her essay to Northwestern. And it reminded me to go back and read my Why Northwestern essay. And I actually talked about our moment, the moment it mattered for me, which is the moment I, by happenstance, ran into you at Camp CEO and had our 5-minute conversation that changed the course of my entire academic career moving forward.
I had no idea that you actually included it in your essay to Northwestern.
Yeah, I did. That conversation stuck with me throughout the rest of my high school journey. And by the time it came to applying to schools, I was looking at Northwestern and I was considering the classics department. And I applied and got in, and I've been following in your footsteps ever since.
Well, not entirely, I think, because you are planning to go to medical school, right?
Yes. And so I realized that I didn't have to be conventional and that I could take that risk and make a decision that would make me happy personally. And it changed the course of my entire life.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm so glad we were able to meet at Camp CEO, and that, my journey as a Girl Scout started when I was very young. And I had a point in time in my life when I was like, I don't know if I should be sticking through Girl Scouts for the rest of high school. I wasn't sure this was giving me all the opportunities that I wanted. And then I came across the opportunity to do Camp CEO. And I actually didn't go into it with any hopes. And I came out of it being completely inspired. And it was just wonderful that we were able to meet in that space, because it's not so often that young girls get to meet incredible CEOs doing amazing things with their career and can have that moment where they encourage them and inspire them and maybe change the direction of their life.
Well, and you know what, Anusha, that's why I have been in Girl Scouts for so long. I also, like you, was a Girl Scout through high school. And I have been on the board of Girl Scouts for a really long time. And the main passion I have about being on the board at Girl Scouts is about bringing opportunities to young girls, young women in your case, who otherwise might not have those opportunities. And I cannot tell you how much, in particular, this experience, but so many experiences since I've been on the board, how much my interaction with the girls has changed me. And I also feel really strongly something that I often say: you can't plan everything in your life. And this is proof of that, right? This was completely fortuitous, and it changed both of us.
It really did.
Thank you, Girl Scouts.
Thank you, Girl Scouts.
Wow, what an amazing story. Monica's dedication to being a Camp CEO mentor is just one example of the importance of nurturing and supporting each new generation of women and girls assuming their place in leadership. For me, it wasn't one Girl Scout moment that mattered, but many moments that helped shape me into the leader that I am today. Like Anusha, I became a Girl Scout at an early age. I learned networking skills, how to be an entrepreneur, and I gained a passion for exploring and traveling. I overcame the fear of trying new things and developed pride and confidence in setting goals and achieving them. Thank you, Girl Scouts, for giving me so many moments that mattered and truly shaping who I am today. And speaking of moments that matter, we have now come to a very important moment in this evening's program. I am thrilled to be here to rally even more support for our mission. Small groups of people, even just one person, can create moments that matter in our world. You have taken the first step by tuning in tonight. Please join me in the next step by donating now to empower today's girls who will be tomorrow's courageous leaders. So many of you joining us tonight have been champions of the Girl Scout experience, and I hope you can step forward once again when it matters most. All you have to do is text TTA 21 to 76278 right now, or click Donate Now on the left side of your screen to triple your impact. All amounts matter, and thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Kathy. I am so moved by the powerful stories from Connie, Carrie, Gillian, Anusha, and Monica. It is now my grand pleasure to introduce the next award of the evening. The 2021 Corporate Award is presented to Sidley Austin and will be accepted by Hilla Shepard, a partner at Sidley Austin, who is also one of the visionary members serving on our Girl Scout Board of Directors.
Good evening. My name is Hilla Shepard. I'm a member of the Board of Directors of the Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana, and am thrilled to be here to accept the Corporate Award on behalf of Sidley Austin, which is a global law firm where I am proud to be a partner. Sidley has provided general representation to the Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana and one of its predecessor councils, the Girl Scouts of Chicago, for nearly 3 decades. This work has been led by my colleague, Pat Casey, and has extended to nearly all aspects of the Girl Scouts operations, including real estate, finance, retail licensing, litigation, investigations, intellectual property, employee benefits, advice involving employees and volunteers, corporate governance, and a host of other things. We have been proud to support an organization that stresses courage, confidence, and character in girls, especially those who come from low-income or underprivileged neighborhoods. Our Girl Scouts offer these girls, frankly all girls, opportunities and experiences that they might not otherwise have, and instills confidence and achievement in them. We look to these same values when we hire and promote female attorneys and staff, and believe that the Girl Scouts are really setting girls up for success in their future lives. We also really value the tremendous fun that girls have as Girl Scouts. As for a moment that matters in my life, when I was a second grade brownie, we made journals to record what books we were reading, and I made the decision to become a reader. At the time, I was reading Pippi Longstocking by Astrid Lindgren, which is a wonderful book about a girl who is funny, independent, courageous, fiercely loyal, and a tremendous friend with a sense of adventure. And it's a great book. Being a reader has brought me great joy in my life and also set me up for academic success in my profession. And I encourage all girls watching to start their own reading journals and to make the decision to become a reader. Thank you again on behalf of Sidley for honoring us with the Corporate Award. We look forward to supporting the Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana for years to come. Thank you.
So far tonight, you've heard about a spectrum of moments told as recollections through a girl's eyes. But it is also not just a concept unique to young girls. When adults decide to take a risk, embrace a new opportunity, and ultimately use their gifts to mentor and inspire others, it is also a moment that matters for more than just the girls. Let's listen to Natalie Wynn share her story of volunteering to become a troop leader during a pandemic that none of us will ever forget.
There's so many things that have happened in like 5 months of doing this that it's kind of like reflecting on all of it is sort of a lot, because I love it so much and I think I'll be doing it for so long now. Hi, my name is Natalie Wynn. I'm a troop leader of a new troop located in the Bronzeville neighborhood of Chicago. So I actually was never a Girl Scout myself growing up. And so this is, it's never too late to be a Girl Scout is what I've learned. And it's an awesome experience. I guess never had the opportunity to do it before. It's been great so far. I started the Girl Scouts troop this past fall in September, October time after going through, these 6 months or so of COVID so far and seeing the impact to everyone, but especially the children in both our neighborhood and across the city and really across the country. And I just felt like there was something that any of us could, do to help the kids in our community firsthand, whether it be big or small. And something I kept coming back to is obviously the children. So I'm thinking, what is it that I could do, a youth group or this or that? And so as I'm thinking of the different things, somehow Girl Scouts came to mind. And of course, there's all the opportunities that Girl Scouts brings with it, in the programs. And so I thought, this might be it. And once I got a few people, neighbors that I had spoken with that said they would be interested, I knew we could, go from there. Something, in the city that happens a lot is the kids all go to all different elementary schools, all different high schools. And so something that I've seen now from this is, we have a number of girls that live even on the same block and they all go to different schools. They actually still, because we're virtual, they don't even know each other. I think they're starting to learn that they are neighbors together, and there's something in building a community. And as we're, coming out of COVID, Girl Scouts has been and will be a platform for, even in our particular situation, these girls to continue to foster that sense of community. My hope through my experiences and maybe sharing those is, if I could say anything, it's just to remember that Girl Scouts is for every girl. And I hope that we can continue to bring Girl Scouts to where it isn't currently and reach girls that aren't currently in the organization, and know that everyone can be a part of it, both as the girls and the volunteers too.
This past year brought untold challenges, disappointments, and cancellations. But like true Girl Scouts, we shine when things seem at their worst. I would like to welcome back Board President Kathy Scherer, joined by our CEO, Nancy Wright, for a special look back at an unusual year. We braved it all, focusing not on everything that we lost, but rather on everything that matters to girls and their families.
2020 challenged us, and it really changed us. Kathy, when I think about all that we've been through this past year, we couldn't have done it without your leadership and your support as board president. We defied the odds. We innovated and transformed Girl Scouts by tapping into creativity, doing more than anyone ever imagined possible.
Nancy, that is so true. Everyone from the board to our volunteers to our staff rallied around the girls to keep them engaged in spirited ways that just continues to amaze me. Our Girl Scouts never give up. We personify resilience.
We witnessed the ingenuity and resilience of our girls within the first few weeks of sheltering in place. The pandemic may have interrupted Girl Scout cookie season, but it did not stop the girls. Instead, rather than giving up, our girls and volunteers found a way to safely deliver donated cookies to thousands of people serving as essential workers.
I get emotional thinking about how girls immediately turned their focus to showing gratitude for scores of exhausted frontline hospital staff, fire and police departments, and many, many others. Their efforts went well beyond cookies. Girl Scouts always gives back, especially in times of great duress. They found ways to bring joy to isolated seniors, donate personal protection items to those who needed them, and organized food donations for families facing job loss and food insecurity.
That's right. We acted quickly to keep the heartbeat of our communities strong. And at the same time, our experience reinforced the official role Girl Scouts plays in supporting our girls, families, and volunteers through each and every phase of this pandemic. Without question, one of my most favorite memories this past year was our great family camp-in. During such an uncertain and one of the most challenging times in our history, families welcomed us into their living room where we added joy to their lives with our uplifting Girl Scout spirit. I still get goosebumps remembering the girls' laughter, our girls singing their favorite camp songs at the very top of their lungs, and pictures of families showing off their homemade tents and family room forts. These magical moments and wonderful images taught me that so many weary families that being in the moment together was just what we all needed.
Those are great memories, Nancy. That also gave us the momentum to transform many other aspects of our iconic movement. Even when we canceled our summer camp program last year to keep the girls safe, we found a way to continue to deliver the essence of what our outdoor experiences are designed to do. Rather than coming to us, our programming went directly to them. We mailed program boxes, led on-screen activities, and encouraged the girls to get outside and away from their computers. As the summer waned, our work continued. We brought to life months of virtual programming that engaged girls in cultural celebrations like Day of the Dead, as well as mindful moments, yoga, and STEM experiments.
Every one of those experiences taught us how much Girl Scouts really means to our girls and our communities. It's a lifeline, a safe space, a welcome respite when life gets overwhelming. Girl Scouts steps up when others simply step back. We see opportunities where others only see challenges. We shine because of the brilliance of the girls who are determined to make this world a better place.
That's why this is the moment you matter. Every gift to bring life-changing moments to all girls matters. We encourage you to generously support our efforts to provide girls with every opportunity to grow resilient and strong in the face of adversity, to speak their truths, find their voices, and build their capacity for leadership. We invite you to boldly raise your hands, invest your financial support, and champion the moments that inspire girls to make our world a better place.
Girl Scouts is undoubtedly and unequivocally the place to inspire and champion whatever girls dream and want to achieve. It's our moment to support the brilliant girls that we've met so far this evening and the tens of thousands of other Girl Scouts from every zip code that this council serves. Their futures are not on pause, and neither are we. Please join me tonight in making a donation that will be tripled through our board's $75,000 match. Making your gift is easy. Scroll down on the left side of your screen and click Donate Now. Or you can text the phrase TTA 21 to 76278. Don't forget about the American Girl doll if you donate $500 or more.
This is the moment it matters. That you see girls as the hope for our future. That you see the value of programs that inspire, challenge, and energize girls. That you make a gift to support Girl Scouting's mission. Please join us and make a gift tonight so that we can continue our work tomorrow.
Be in the moment. Be a champion for girls. Thank you for joining us tonight to hear about the moments that matter for our honorees and our special guests. You matter. Thank you so very much for your support tonight, and have a great evening.